Next tonight, it can affect your work, your driving, and even your ability to make a cup of tea. We're talking about narcolepsy.
It's a sleep disorder where you have no control over when you nod off. Now, doctors at the Papworth Sleep Clinic in Cambridgeshire are trying to raise greater awareness of it.
Today, on European Narcolepsy Day, Rhiannon Mills went to meet one woman who knows just what a nightmare it can be.
Constantly sleeping like a baby, nodding off almost anywhere. You could think that narcolepsy sounds like a dream, except if you drop off when you're at work, maybe crossing the road, or even driving your car. For years, Claire Allen from Cambridge was constantly tired. She used to have up to 100 sleep attacks a day before staff at the Papworth Sleep Clinic started her on a course of therapy and medication. Just doing everyday things used to be risky.
It really impacts every part of your life, and it's so unexpected and it happens so abruptly that even just making a cup of tea or carrying a hot plate of food suddenly becomes quite a dangerous situation. Early on, when a friend of mine made a joke crossing the road, and suddenly I find myself lying in the road. Luckily there was no traffic, so I was perfectly safe, but it made me aware that things could be a lot worse.
Doctors believe it's more common than you'd think. Around 25,000 people in the UK have the condition, but about 80% of them don't even know it. It's triggered when some of the cells in your brain that control sleep die off. Symptoms include dreamlike hallucinations during the day, sleep attacks when you can't stay awake, and cataplexy, where you just collapse on the floor.
Up here you're seeing whether the patient's awake or asleep. And by looking
For 30 years, Dr. Schneerson has been helping people to get a better night's sleep. These days, we get about 2 hours less a night than we did 100 years ago. He says that help is out there, and that doesn't mean a prescription of lullabies.
Sleep's always a slightly private sort of thing, and people often think that sleepy people are lazy or bored or demotivated. So it's really a question of people recognising that if you're still sleepy during the day, despite apparently getting enough sleep at night, then there may be an underlying medical condition like narcolepsy.
The last few years have been a nightmare for Claire. Now, thanks to medication, she's no longer living like a zombie, finally able to look forward to a good night's sleep. Rhiannon Mills, Anglia News at Papworth in Cambridgeshire.
At least there's a light at the end of the tunnel for her.
Terrible condition, isn't it? Right, it's just gone 12 minutes past 6.
Hundreds of jobs at Ford in Essex have been safeguarded with government backing for a new generation of environmentally friendly cars. The government will provide loan guarantees to back Ford's proposed investment of £1.5 billion. That should safeguard jobs at Ford's development centre at Dunton, near Basildon, and its manufacturing plant in Dagenham.
Southend Borough Council has gone to the High Court in a bid to remove campaigners protesting against a road widening scheme. The council says the protesters fighting plans to turn a stretch of road into a dual carriageway at Cuckoo Corner are illegally occupying the land. The campaigners say the work would result in the loss of parkland and more than 100 trees.
Colchester United's former chief executive has been banned from driving for 2 years after admitting drink driving following the players' Christmas lunch.
Steve Bradshaw, who's 43, was arrested after a minor crash in nearby Bradfield on his way home. Tom Barton has more on that.
Steve Bradshaw's solicitor told magistrates that nobody can punish him more severely than he has punished himself. Nonetheless, the former chief executive of Colchester United Football Club was in court today to hear exactly what punishment he was to face. The 43-year-old quit his position at the club, which he'd held for just over a year, following an accident on his way home from a Christmas function on December 14th. A blood test revealed that he was driving with 3 times the legal level of alcohol in his blood. Magistrates said it was surprising he'd made it as far as the village of Bradfield, considering the amount he'd had to drink. As he drove through the village at 8:15, he was involved with a minor accident with a Ford Fiesta and was arrested by police after failing a breath test. Mr Bradshaw has previously apologised for his grave error of judgment, and today, after pleading guilty, said he willingly accepts the price of his mistake. That price, said magistrates today, was 100 hours of unpaid community work and a 2-year driving ban.
A pensioner from Norfolk had the shock of his life when he received a £10,000 electricity bill. 81-year-old Ernest Bush from Mulbarton near Norwich normally pays just £10 a week for his energy. This latest bill would have taken him 20 years to rack up. Suppliers E.ON have apologised for the mistake.
I'm getting my money's worth now. This is the only stove I have on. I don't have the kitchen one on or any, because after receiving that bill I was worried about what my proper bill would really be.
Not surprised, Ernest. Celebrity chef Marco Pierre White has signed up to promote the Norfolk turkey producer Bernard Matthews. White became the youngest chef to gain 3 Michelin stars when he was 33, all the threes. He's been hired to boost sales after losses led to the announcement of redundancies this year and possibly in 2011 as well.
A holiday village in North Norfolk has hit back at claims in a tourist brochure that it's horrible and best avoided.
People in Bacton have reacted angrily to comments in the Time Out guide and say it's a lovely place to live. Malcolm Robertson has more.
It's taken its time, but at long last spring has sprung. Those winter blues, it seems, well and truly banished. Today on the North Norfolk coast, the mood was decidedly bright. A long overdue opportunity to get out and about. And with the highest temperature of the year so far, thoughts of lovely, warm, sunny days were very much to the fore. In a new tourist guide about Norfolk and Suffolk, due to be published next month, Cromer is described as a splendidly old-fashioned English seaside resort. But 10 miles along the coast, the review of the village of Bacton is rather less complimentary. With a large gas terminal on its doorstep, not even Bacton's most ardent supporters would describe the village as picturesque. But they were certainly taken aback by scathing remarks in the Time Out tourist guide and hope it won't ruin the village's reputation. Frankly horrible, it said. Bacton is resolutely 20th century, a shambolic string of tawdry-looking B&Bs and guest houses. Comments that turned the warmth of the Ship Inn decidedly frosty.
All our customers, including the locals and the holiday makers that have chalets, bungalows, caravans, love the area. I've got nothing but compliments about the local people, the Norfolk coast in general, and I can't understand how anybody could just say that about it.
The idea that Bacton is some kind of shanty town, rather down at heel and in need of a makeover, has certainly come as a shock to Sean Hall, who recently moved here from Nuneaton in Warwickshire. To him, horrible it most certainly isn't.
I've only been here for 6 months and I think it's a beautiful place. The countryside, the coast, it's just a brilliant place to live.
Of course, tourist guides are always very subjective. What surely can't be in dispute, though, is that overall this stretch of coast isn't a bad place to be. Malcolm Robertson, Anglia News, North Norfolk.
Too right. An endurance athlete has set off on a 30-hour charity run from Norwich to London in aid of sport relief. Remarkable enough. But former professional boxer Jackson Williams is running the 100 miles plus barefoot. Supported by former Norwich City footballer Darren Huckabee, Jackson set off from outside City Hall this lunchtime. He should reach the capital by tomorrow evening.
And over the last week or so, angels have been popping up all over Bury St Edmunds. Locals have taken up the challenge of making an angel as part of a community arts project. The idea came from the village scarecrow competitions.